We're going to do this. Woohoo!
All right, so you can come to a nice seated position and begin to close the eyes here. Align the head over the center of the chest, shoulders over your hip point. And take a nice big inhale in through the nose. And exhale all out through the mouth. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, filling up all the way to the top of the ribs. And exhale all out through the mouth. 1 more, big inhale. And exhale. Begin to just check in with the rest of the body here before we begin practice. Noticing if you can relax any muscles. And seeing if you can move with a gentleness or a bit of a flow throughout the rest of the practice here today. And I invite you to take on the thought or idea. I look forward to what today brings. And you can begin to bat the eyelashes open. And we're going to bring the feet together out in front of the body right away here. And just let the legs hang heavy. You can bounce them a little bit, just getting used to the position. And then when you're ready, we're just going to move the hips a little bit closer towards the heels to where you feel comfortable. And walk the fingertips back around behind the body. Drawing the pinkies together and sitting up nice and tall through the chest and the top of the head. If you would like to go a bit further into the stretch, you can begin to walk the hands around the feet. Extend through the top of the head on your inhale, and as you exhale, send the body forward, bringing the elbows to the inside of the legs here. Noticing how the lower back and the legs are feeling this morning, and trying to draw the shoulders away from the ears, soften through the neck. We're kind of looking slightly downwards here. And take a nice long inhale in. And as you exhale, see if you can go a little bit further, just nice and gently. If it's too much, just stay where you're at. And take 2 more nice long deep breaths here in this pose. And begin to sit up all the way nice and tall. You can extend the legs out long here and just bounce the legs slightly. And begin to reach through the heels, point the toes. And we're going to point the toes downwards, feeling a nice stretch through the top of the feet. And then just begin to move the feet back and forth here. I'm going to draw the right leg up on top of the left. Nice and slowly. I'm just going to rotate the ankle here. And begin to rotate it opposite way. Still trying to sit up nice and tall. Sending through the crown of the head and drawing the core of the navel in towards the spine. And you can bring your ankle to stillness. And just we're going to do small circles with the knees here. So noticing how the hip is feeling. And rotate it the opposite way. And we're just going to either plant the foot around to the side. If that's a little too much, you can just bring it in on the right side. We're just going to hug the knee in towards the chest. So we're still trying to sit up nice and tall here. And begin to bring that leg in to the center, let the knee come up to the ground. I'm just going to inhale, raise the hands up, and exhale, reach towards the foot. Remembering to breathe here, so trying not to hold the breath as you're leaning forward. Take one more nice long breath. Begin to walk the hands all the way up and extend the right leg up nice and long. Draw the left leg over top. And begin to rotate the ankle, sitting up nice and tall. And rotate the opposite way. Begin to draw nice big knee circles here. And rotate it the opposite direction. And we're going to plant that foot down wherever you'd like to the side, either side of the leg here, and draw the knee in towards the chest, finding still that nice extension. And you might notice that one side might be a little bit more stiff than the other, so be aware. And begin to slowly release, bringing the left foot to center, letting the knee come out to the side. Find that nice extension and inhale, send the hands up, the fingers up, and exhale, fold towards the foot. Ooh. Feeling a nice stretch throughout the back of the leg here. Still remembering to draw the shoulders away from the ears if you can. You can always have the knees slightly bent here if you're working on flexibility and wanting to get the chest towards the leg a little bit. And then you just gradually begin to straighten the leg over time. Take one more nice long breath here. And exhale it all out. Begin to come all the way back to a seated position. We're going to walk the left foot underneath the right here as we have the right one bent. And if this is good, you can just stay here. Otherwise, you can cross the right leg over top of the left knee. And we're going to take that twist. So sending the right finger behind the body here, looking out the corner of the eye. So again, just notice which one you want to do here this morning. Sometimes it's a little bit different, so just notice what it's like. And sending the gaze out of the corner of the right eye. Imagine you're looking all the way past the shoulder. Begin to slowly release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, bring the left or right leg underneath the left. And sitting up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, begin to take your twist to the opposite side. Excuse me. Take one more breath. And slowly release the hold. And come all the way over to your tabletop position. Line the knees underneath the hip points. Hands are spread nice and wide. Toes are in line with the knees and begin to go into your cat-cow here. So inhale to extend, soften through the belly. And exhale to round through the spine, draw everything up. Press away from the ground. Let the head hang heavy and continue to move with your breath here. Come all the way back to stillness. We're just going to send the hips into a big circle, so sending them back as we exhale, rounding forward and continuing the circle. Again, seeing if you can move and match the breath. Then begin to send it the opposite direction. Do one more circle. Come back to a nice neutral position in tabletop here. We're just going to walk the hands to turn the corners towards the mat. Tuck the toes and we'll send it into down dog, raising hips all the way up. You can walk the knees out here, get nice and comfy. Notice how it's feeling in down dog this morning. Remembering to lift the hips up towards the ceiling and melt the head and the chest towards the ground. Lowering through the heels. Pressing into both hands nice and evenly. We're going to raise the right leg up towards the ceiling. Draw it in towards the side. And step it up to where it's comfortable. And then you can walk it up a little bit further if you need to. And we're just going to come into a nice low lunge. Notice if you want the back leg lifted at all. You might get a bit more of a stretch through the top of the leg if you're feeling that the top of the leg is stiff. Otherwise, you can have it lowered. And you begin to soften through the front knee. Bring it all the way back. And we're going to send it all the way back into down dog again. And inhale, raise the left leg up nice and high. Draw it in towards the chest and step it up as high as you can. And lower the back knee. Get all settled in this position. And then begin to notice if you want to lift that back knee here this moment or not. Then we're going to bring the knee all the way back around. We'll go into down dog one more time, raising the hips up. Bending through the knees, walking it back and forth. And come up high onto the toes and exhale, lower through the heels. We're going to do a bit of a weird reverse chaturanga, so we're going to send the body forward, begin to lower the hips down, and come all the way down onto the belly, or you can go for down dog to knees to belly. Hands are going to be in line with the ribs. Then we're going to loop the shoulders back and extend, coming into that baby cobra, known as Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower the head down. One more inhale to raise the head up. And exhale down. Press into the palms and send it all the way into a nice wide-legged child's pose, sending the knees as wide as you mat. And melting the head, the chest down to the ground, towards the ground. Begin to lift the head, the torso, walk the hands back underneath, sweep legs around to the side, and come to a nice seated, comfortable position. I invite you to have the eyes remain closed, or and then just begin to notice if there's any final movements that you want to take here.
Camera.
Take a moment here to thank yourself for finding some movement today. Congratulate yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. And thanks for coming out to your mat this morning and joining me for this yoga class. Namaste.
There. We did it.
Namaste.
Namaste.